The GLS is the car that Mercedes-Benz refer to as the S-Class of SUVs. It's a pretty bold statement and carries a lot of responsibility. So is the big guy up to the task? Well, we've got one. And this GLS450 is ours for the next few months, so we can find out. First things first, let's go through all the details on our car. Now you can choose from the GLS400 diesel or this, the GLS450, which features a 3-litre inline 6-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine. And it's mated to a 48-volt mild hybrid system, which not only helps power all of the supplementary systems, but gives it a little bit of extra boost when you need it. Inside, the black leather is standard, as is pretty much everything else you see. We do have the optional innovation package, which adds dynamic interior lighting and augmented navigation instructions. Plus, our car also has the awesome e-active body control suspension package, but more on that later. What this all means though, is that the large panoramic sunroof, the powered seats on all 3 rows, the adjustable height air suspension and the soft closed doors are all standard equipment, as are the twin 12.3-inch LCD displays, adaptive cruise control, the Mercedes Me digital assistant, and my favourite, the heated massage seats. In fact, it would probably take me at least 15 minutes to run through all of the features that form part of the standard spec of the GLS. In terms of luxury then, it definitely ticks the S-Class box. You know where else it does? Sheer size. I mean, just look at it. It's enormous. These wheels are 22 inches in diameter before the tyres, and yet they don't look big at all. It's over 5.2 metres long. It's 2 metres wide. The wheelbase is half a metre longer than a smart car is long. It's longer than the old GLS, it's longer than a V250 van, it's longer than a G-Wagon, it's longer than an X7, a Q7. Basically, the only way that you can get something that's bigger than this in an SUV in Australia is to buy the $700,000 Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And if you want a Mercedes badge on the front, well, you kind of have to shop for a Unimog. But all that size is actually useful, especially for a family wagon. The boot with all 7 seats up is 355 litres, which is about the same as an A-Class hatchback. There's even storage under the floor for a space-saver spare wheel and somewhere to keep your cargo blind. You can fold all the seats down, powered, naturally, either individually or with this handy one-touch button. Space expands to 890 litres and then to a van-like 2,400 litres with everything flat. Now before we hit the road, don't forget to hit subscribe to stay up to date with all of our latest videos and click the bell icon so you receive a notification every time a new video is published. We've got this thing for quite a while, so if you've got any questions about the GLS, hit us up in the comments below and we'll make sure we answer them in future videos. Well, so far it's been a big tick for S-Class luxury and S-Class size. How does the GLS go with S-Class refinement? Well, for starters, that 3-litre 6 is really smooth. You've got 270 kilowatts and 500 newton meters in standard output, plus an extra 16 kilowatts and 250 newton meters thanks to the mild hybrid system, which acts as, or what Mercedes call EQ boost, but it's kind of an overboost function under heavy acceleration. Now the 450 might have fewer cylinders, fewer turbos, less power and less torque than the previous generation GLS 500, but it's actually quicker with a 0 to 100 sprint claim of just 5.2 seconds. Pretty impressive given it is 200 kilograms heavier. There's a 9-speed automatic transmission, and with all of that 500 newton meters of torque available between 1600 and 4500 RPM, response is, well, basically terrific across the rev range. Now, remembering this is a turbocharged petrol engine, so Mercedes' claim of 9.2 litres per 100 kilometres on a combined cycle, well, it's not crazily impressive, but it doesn't really feel that achievable, especially considering that this thing weighs around 2.5 tonnes, which kind of leads into, what are we going to do with the GLS while we have it? Great question. Well, first of all, we're going to see how the GLS handles the urban environment. I'll be doing the school run in this thing, filling it up with family and kids as much as I can, just to see if the big size, if it works, or is it too big? After that, we're going to hit the open road and see how the big car handles some big country touring. And again, we'll see if that 3-litre 6 settles into a much more fuel-efficient cycle on a longer tour, but definitely see how the comfort is, because the e-active suspension that I mentioned earlier, it's pretty impressive. It does what I like to call the speed hump eliminator, where the camera in the windscreen can actually scan the road ahead, identify the bump, figure out how fast you're approaching the bump, and then adjust the dampening on the air suspension so you basically don't feel it. You hear a bump and you kind of feel that you've gone over something, but it's substantially muted than what you'd normally feel in the car. And I gotta say, it's mind-blowingly impressive. It's very, very cool. But, and here's the big but, and it leads into our third installment, it doesn't work all the time. So we're gonna have a really good look at the technology that's on offer in the GLS. From the twin screen MBUX setup here, using the Mercedes Me Assistant, using the Mercedes Me app, and really exploring all of the functions that are available to us in the GLS to see if it really is worthy of that luxury jack-of-all-trades appeal that makes it the S-Class of SUVs. It even has a number of massage programs for the front 2 seats available as standard. Hey Mercedes, driver's seat hot massage please.
Driver's seat massage is switched on.
Of course, these seats are heated and ventilated. Pretty impressive, pretty comfortable. But what you do find is on the air suspension, the GLS tends to, well, wobble a little bit. And so that comfort is one thing, but really, how does it handle? It's a big car on air on massive wheels. So that will form a pretty big part of our analysis of this car over the next couple of months. So we've got this thing for a period of time. Make sure you hit us up in the comments below or jump onto the CarAdvice website and ask a question in the article comments, because if you want to know something and we've got access to the car, we will show you and tell you exactly what it is you need to know. That's the benefit of having a car like this for a long period of time. Well, there you go, an introductory look at the Mercedes-Benz GLS450. You can stay up to date and read up all about the GLS450 through our updates on the CarAdvice website. If you've got any questions, hit us up in the comments below and we'll make sure that we answer them in future videos. And again, hit subscribe to stay up to date with all of our latest videos, and don't forget to click the bell icon so you receive a notification every time a new clip is published.